we doing, Hawaii? I've been asked the question quite a few times since I got here, what part of the island am I from? And my answer's been the same, California. Originally from San Diego. But I want to talk to you guys really quick before I get rolling about hospitality and the hospitality that I have experienced thus far. There is something about the aloha spirit. Somebody told me about it, now I get to experience it. I went to Monica and Dylan's house the other night for dinner, had an amazing dinner. We had conversation, they had a cake for my birthday. And while I was there, he pulled out some smoked tuna, some smoked ahi. It was amazing. I was like, bro, this is great. This is really, really good. And by the way, you guys, I brought my own, my own sweat rag. And I'm gonna keep this up here because your boy does sweat. So, just to let you know. But anyways, the hospitality. He gave me the smoked fish. But also, they gave me a present. And the present was this beautiful shirt. And it was amazing. I was like, oh, I'm gonna wear that for my keynote. And so I got dressed this morning, and the shirt fit me really, really good. Really good. And then I was like, God, what's that smell? What the fuck? What is that? It was me. The shirt had soaked up the smell of the smoked ahi. So I had to go a different route. Fortunately, the gift shop here had this shirt for a whopping $127. Which there was no discount because you're a Hilton Honors member. But I just want to say thank you. Let's give Monica, let's give Dylan a giant round of applause for all of their hospitality. So listen, my son is in the back. We're going to talk about him in a moment. My mom is in the back. My son is miserable that he has to sit in here. He's 7 years old. So we're going to make the best of it, and I love you guys. Thank you for being here. So you guys, we're going to strip down this conversation. You guys okay with that? I want to get raw, I want to get real with you guys, I want to make you guys think, and I want to make you feel, because there's a statistic out there. And it states that 80% of all of the slides that you'll see during a presentation, you will forget within the first 2 hours of leaving. But you know what you will not forget? You will not forget how Kim made you feel. You won't forget that. How many of you thought that was a powerful presentation? I love you guys, but I got to take this off. And Dylan, I don't know where the clicker is. It's right there. Okay.
You gotta be close to it though. You gotta be like within 3 feet.
Like really close?
Like 3 feet.
Hold on. Okay, smell good. I did something. Okay, where's my friend back there? I know how you feel now, okay? I know how you feel. But I'm gonna strip down this conversation, and how many people remember MTV? Like actual OG MTV? You know what they used to play on MTV? Like music. They used to have this thing called Unplugged. Does anybody remember Unplugged? DJ, can you hit him with a little bit of that?
There's war in the mind over territory. We will dominate the opinions, schisms, keeping us informed of religion, conforming our vision to the world.
I'm not going to freestyle. You guys thought something was coming, huh?
Of the highest possible moment in story, and I take recorded.
The reason I play this is I just want to get real, I want to get raw, and I just want to share something that is emotional to me. You see, I call this presentation the story of identity because the word identity has come up more in 2025 than I'd heard in previous years. And Lauryn Hill says it very, very clear in a song. She says, how you gonna win if you ain't right within? I don't want you to sit with that for a moment. Because I don't care about what you guys learned today. Listen, I care. Let me say this a little bit differently. I care about what you learn. But more importantly, I care about what you implement, and I care about the people that you become. You could sit up here all day long and hear the social media strategies and the formulas and the business plan. But if you don't connect with who you need to be in order to have those things, then all it is was 6 hours, 8 hours of your time that you will never get back. So when you leave here today, what do you actually want to level up on? And I want you guys to write that down. What do I hope and what do I intend to level up on in 2026? And write that down. Back in the days, they used to play like shirts and skins basketball. I was forced to keep my shirt on because I'm a sweaty mess. But I want to hear from you guys. What were some things that you wrote down that you want to level up on in 2026? And just scream them out loud. Go ahead, this side of the room. What are you guys going to level up on?
I want to hire a manager.
Say again?
I want to pay off the house.
Pay off the house. Become a manager? Did I hear that?
No, I want to hire a manager.
Hire a manager. Okay, cool. Center of the room right here. What do we got?
Accountability.
Say again?
More accountability.
More accountability. Okay, right over here. What do we got?
Pay off my rent.
Pay off your ranch. Oh, I love that. What about this table?
Survive.
Okay. Kim, we all hope that you level up and you survive. What about over here, this room, this side of the room? Anything? Anything you guys are going to level up on in 2020? You came here to level up. What is one thing you want to level up on in 2026?
Consistent self-care.
Say again?
Self-care relationships.
Self-care, relationships. I love that. Who said consistency? That is my favorite word in the Webster Dictionary. So you guys, there's a book out there, it's called 212. Has anybody ever read that book before? You see, 212 is the degree in which water boils. You see, at 211 degrees, water is just hot. It will hurt you. It will scald you. But at 212 degrees, water boils. And when water boils, it can create steam. And when you have steam, you can move a locomotive. So what I want everybody to do as you're thinking about how you're going to level up, like what does your extra degree look like in this beautiful thing that we call life and business and your health and your relationships? But I want to tell you a little bit of a story. Do I have permission with all of you guys just to go a little further today? Is that okay? Yes. Is it okay that I just share something from the heart with all of you? Yes. Do I hear it? Run it? Run it? I'm going to just do this delicately. So I've told this story one other time in public, and my mother, who is in the room, has never heard this story before. You see, this picture that you see on the screen here is a park in Lemon Grove, which is my hometown. In 1999, I had a professional job as an inside salesperson. I was a kid that had long hair, cut my hair, went into a professional career. Well, unfortunately, at that time in my life, methamphetamine was an unfortunate epidemic in our world. You see, there wasn't a thing to do because it was the thing to do. It was just the time in the late 90s. I don't know if you guys have experienced that on these islands, but I'll tell you what, it ran through our family and it was devastating. But before it had ran its course, I did all right. Got myself a sales job, had myself a nice apartment, had a decent car. It had 8 CDs in the back you could switch. You remember? Tell me you had that car before. That shit was dope. Well, I remember having all that, and then I remember losing it. You see, when you're an addict, what happens is that you think that you could dabble. You tell you tell yourself all these stories. I could just dabble on a Friday. And then I party Friday, Saturday, Sunday I try to get some sleep. Monday I feel like shit. Tuesday I feel okay. And then Wednesday you start to feel normal. And then what do you do on Friday? You repeat the cycle. You repeat the cycle. So I want you to look up on the screen really quick because this park is called Berry Street Park. So I done well, and then I lost everything. You see, I lost everything, and there was a moment where I didn't have a place to go. I'll tell my mom's story in a minute. She's going to hate me for this, but it's real. It's part of who I am, and I'm going to tell the story because I'm proud of where she is. But unfortunately, one night, my girlfriend had to drop me off at this park. She dropped me off at the park, and on that middle slide, that tan slide, I had to sleep there. See, I'd never had to sleep officially on the streets, and now here I am in my hometown of Lemon Grove, having to sleep on that slide there. She dropped me the blanket, and she said, "You can't come to my house. My parents hate you." Rightfully so. And I remember sleeping there, and I woke up in the morning, and a spider or something had crawled on my face, and I woke up, and my face was swollen. And it was so, embarrassing. I was ashamed, and my face was just so swollen. And I remember like throwing my blanket away. I had to walk through my hometown to go down to the trolley just so I could get some sleep and sleep on the trolley because it was covered. And I remember that feeling of like walking through my neighborhood and my face is all swollen up from the spider, you guys. It was the most embarrassing feeling that I'd ever had in my life. And 2 weeks after that, I called my aunt, and I called her, and she's from Lake Tahoe. And I said, Auntie, I said, can I come up there and sleep? She said, come up me home. I said, I just need to get my mind right. So I went to Tahoe with $70, a backpack, and a dream. It was the biggest storm that Tahoe had seen in 22 years, and we went up in a front-wheel drive Saturn, two-seater Saturn. Does anybody remember those? They had this weird little door. My buddy Jojo, who had just got out of the penitentiary, drove me up there. Mom, you remember Jojo? We'll tell Mom's story in a minute. We drove up there, didn't have chains. So we get stopped by Caltrans. And they said, you gotta have chains. Literally, I had no money, at $75. We get turned around, I went into this little town about 45 minutes outside of Tahoe. And we put these chains on, I bought them for $33. I rigged them on because they didn't fit, and then we clink, 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 all the way up to Tahoe. We got to Tahoe, and we only had one. But we made it. And from there, I chose to take a different direction in my life. I chose to realize that my identity was not wrapped up in that. You see, when you think about your identity and who you're becoming in this business, a lot of times each of us are harboring things that are no longer relevant. Society, people, relationships, mom, parents, all the things that we went through, maybe inherited beliefs from society. And so I had to really do some reflection and say, who do I want to become in this life? And I want you guys to ask yourself this too. Who are you? Like at the core of what you do in this business, you're not a real estate professional. Kim is not a realtor. Like think about who you are in this business, the impact that you want to make, the people that you want to change their life. And so I did some reflection. And as you grow in this business and as you grow in life, you're going to go through seasons of identity, which is okay. But you've got to be conscious. Because let me ask you, how many of you have had a tough year this year? Please raise your hand if you had a tough year. And raise them high and be honest with everybody in the room. Now I want you to raise your hand if you feel that that hard has been self-induced. Raise your hand if you feel that that shit's self-induced. And I can't see it. Little bit. Thank you to the 1, 2 honest people in the room. There we go. You see, at the end of the day, we have to realize that a lot of the things that we make hard in the business are our fault. Who said consistency earlier? Whose word was that? Was it Sasha? Was it Tara? Was it? Thank you. Thank you for that. So I'm going to read this out loud to everybody. I want you guys to ask yourself, what names, labels, or judgments have you carried from your past? Somebody else's words, or even your own inherited beliefs, society beliefs, that still influence who you believe you are today. Maybe you didn't get picked for that job. Maybe you didn't get picked for the sports team. Maybe you were in a relationship that continuously put you down, didn't allow you to be the person that you truly are, gave you every single reason to shrink instead of raise up. So I want you guys to ask yourself that question and be clear with it. And I want you guys to do this work, and I want you guys to reflect on this. And what is the image of yourself that plays on repeat inside of your mind? Is that image strong? Is that image confident? Is it broken? Is it bold? Is it timid? Is it weak? Is it courageous? When you walk into a room, are your shoulders back, head up, and you feel confident? Or do you feel that you have to shrink in every single room that you are in? There's a book out there that I want everybody to read. I'm going to encourage you to read. Feel free to share with me your thoughts and your takeaways. There's a book called Psycho-Cybernetics. Please raise your hand if you've read that book before. How long ago, my man?
A couple of years ago.
It is one of the best books that you will ever read on identity. Psycho-Cybernetics, written by Maxwell Maltz. You see, this book was written in 1962, I believe, and Maxwell Maltz was a plastic surgeon. And what he realized is that he would do all this work on people to make them feel beautiful in their eyes. You do all this work to give them the cut, to give them the lift, to do whatever, and then people still felt miserable about who they were. Why? Because they didn't do the work on themselves. They didn't do the deep reflection. They didn't do the work. So ask yourself now, what's the image of yourself that plays on repeat inside your mind? Be clear with that. There's a passage from the book that I want to share with you guys that I feel is really, really important, and I think it's a really bold takeaway from anything that I'll cover today. You can't outperform your self-image. Whatever picture you hold of yourself inside, your life will find a way to live it out externally. Each of us are a reflection of how we feel about ourselves inside. If you were broken, you were going to break things, my friend. How many of you know that homie that constantly is in bad relationships? Please raise your hand. Is that you? No, okay. You see, over and over and over again, they're in bad relationships. Shithead after shithead after shithead. But what happens when that person does the work on themselves? What happens? They find themselves. They find themselves, and then they find the person that they were meant to be with. Because the external world is a reflection of how we feel inside. If you feel abundant, are you going to get abundant opportunities in your life? You see, that's how I feel. The universe is answering me with abundant because I have an abundant heart. So stay with me. If you believe you're broken, you will break things. How many of you understand wealth at the highest level? Please raise your hand if you understand how you are going to build wealth over the next 10 years. Please raise your hand. Got 1, 2 people in the room? Okay, 3 people. How many of you came from a very, very tough upbringing? Please raise your hand. If you came from a tough upbringing. I came from nothing, you guys. We didn't have anything. And if you don't understand who you need to be when you have a lot of money, what's going to happen when you have a lot of money? You're going to find every single way to fuck that money off. I promise you. There's a statistic out there on people that win the lottery. What happens to most people that win the lottery? They go bankrupt. Why? Because they don't know who they need to become in order to have that type of money. What type of behaviors? What type of focus? What does my bank account look like? Do I have a bookkeeper? Shit, some of you are in the room right now. Raise your hand if you have an S Corp. Please raise your hand if you have an S Corp. I'm proud of you. How many of you have an LLC? I'm proud of you because if you don't, listen, you're going to pay a lot of taxes. There's huge advantages. Get yourself a bookkeeper. Keep track of things. Understand what it takes to have $250,000 of annual income. You got to be a different person. If you believe you were not enough, you're going to shrink in every room that you're into. But if you believe you are powerful, capable, and worthy, you'll build a life that reflects that. When you truly find alignment in your life, I promise you guys, things will start to get answered. Whether it's God, whether it's the universe, whatever you believe in, you will start to see that manifesting in your life. I think, Kim, you're a great example. You shared some things that really resonated with me. Let's continue cruising on. Your life can only rise to the level of the story that you tell yourself. But more importantly, I think it's the story that you sell yourself, because each of you are great salespeople. And listen, let's dismantle the belief of, I don't want to be a salesperson. The fuck? But if someone calls you and say, hey, I need you to sell my $2 million property, what are you going to do? I'm going to sell that house, but I don't want to come across salesy. What? Take some pride in that. But ask yourself, what is the story that I sell myself? And I want you guys to ask yourself, who will you be? And when people talk about you 10 years from now, what identity will they describe? Because you get to decide, you get to start deciding today. You see, there was a time in my life where discipline, consistency, loyalty was not even a part of my identity. You know, there's men in the room, girls in the room too. There's been times where we're probably hound dogs in life. And you know what I mean. Don't be shy, okay? But what I realized is that through this identity and through me doing the deep work on myself, I realized that in 10 years from now, I'm going to be known as the person that impacted the growth of the humans in my environment. That I was the person that instilled discipline in those around me. That I was the person that was always consistent. You want the cheat code? You want the cheat code? We've said it a few times. Have the discipline to stay consistent in all things that you do in life, in business, and relationships, and I promise you, your life will change. I promise you. And that is not a theory. Okay, I'm not going to stand up here and speak in theory. That is something that I've done. You see, the person I was 10 years ago, I didn't like that person like I like this person. And the person I will become in 10 years from now, I want them to say great things about me. I want to be the story of legends. I want them to say he made an impact in so many people's lives. That's what I want. So what identity will they describe about you? Because you get to decide. You see, you guys, winning is a habit. You know what else is a habit? Quitting. Quitting is a habit. Every single time you say, I'm going to go to the office and I'm going to prospect for 2 hours, and you don't do it, you quit. I'm going to stick to a schedule. Raise your hand if you say, I'm going to stick to a schedule. Thank you. How many people say, I'm going to work on my systems? Raise your hand up high. Fuck. You see, people always say, I'm going to work on my systems. You got to ask yourself this. If I have a challenge in my business, I've identified it, then I have to ask myself, what in the fuck am I going to do about it? But more importantly, by when? Stop putting so many things out in the universe and just talking about, oh, I'm going to fix this. And you don't put any pressure on yourself. You don't put any pressure on yourself. And so you have months after months after months of you not working on your systems. Here's another one. Raise your hand if you say you're going to get yourself on camera and you're going to start recording video. Please raise your hand. Woo! How many of you have been saying that longer than 30 days? Please raise your hand. You see? Start to put some pressure. Create some tension around these things. Stop putting it out there and say, I'm going to do it. When? Winning is a habit. How many of you exercise? Good. How many of you were at the gym this morning? Big dog right here. What's your name in the middle? Rich? Rich was there early. Angelica was there early. I called her Angelique earlier. I've known her for a while. It's not her name. But I want to give you some thoughts on this, you guys, in regards to working out and exercise. How many of you are that person in your family that can be relied on? Just raise your hand if, like, your family can rely on you. Like, if anything happens, you'll be there for your family. Raise your hand. Mom calls right now, auntie calls, kids call. Like, you would drop anything for them. But how many of you missed workouts this year? Please raise your hand if you missed workouts. How many of you ate like shit? How many of you drank too much? Smoked too much? How many of you drank too much today? How many of you were smoking that Boca La Lulu? What is that? Out front. I know, it's just your vape. I get it. But here's the thing why I say this. I love you guys. The reason why I say this is that don't build a business at the expense of self. Like, don't build a business at the sacrifice of self. You see, what we'll do is we'll build, and we'll grind, and we'll hustle, and we'll drop everything for that client. We'll be there for our family. But what happens to you? You'll miss the workout. Your car looks like shit. You got open house flyers everywhere. Sand, it's messy. Shots fired, huh? You see, you'll do everything for everybody else, but then you sacrifice. And then what happens? You hear these two words thrown around quite a bit. One starts with a B, another one starts with an O. What are those words? Burnout. Why do you burn out? Because you don't protect the one thing that is most precious, and it is your goddamn energy. Stop giving it away to everybody. Start being selfish. No, I can't do that. No, I won't have that drink. Yes, I'm going to work out. Sorry, I missed dinner tonight. I had to work out. How do you build a business at the sacrifice of self? Because what's going to happen when you're burnt out? I got to check out. I'm burnt out. I just need to lay here and I need to watch 17 shows. Oh my God. Poor me, and now my business sucks next month because I didn't do anything. You see, when you don't manage and temper your energy, what happens is that everybody gets to take it. She gets a little bit of it. Oh, you have an emergency, you'll take a little bit of it. Oh, you want some of it? Oh, you need me to pick that up? You want me to be there? Oh my God. And then I sacrifice myself and I do anything for myself. You see, you guys, I've been running a high octane for many, many years. And I've never once felt burnout. I protect that energy and nothing can take it. Nothing. So do not build something that is going to sacrifice your health, your mind, your body, your spirit. If that means instead of you selling 30 homes, you sell 20 and you have a life and you look good, you look in the mirror and you're proud of yourself, do that. Does that make sense, everybody? And clean your goddamn car. Pull up to a listing appointment, fumbling. We'll go on and on and on. But what identity will they describe? Because you get to decide. Like if you left this planet today, you left this earth today, what are people going to say about you? Man, remember how inconsistent she was? Remember how homeboy said he was going to make his calls, but he never made his calls? Love him. Love him. I remember him forever. You see, you guys got to ask yourself, how do you want to be remembered in this world? And what is the identity that you want people to know you for and know you by? DJ, do you have any like journal music, bro? Fuck, it's bright up here. Do you have like journaling music, like reflection music? Can we give a shout out to the DJ? I was sending him songs and stuff. If you don't, just say, Elias, keep cruising. I thought he was gonna come correct.
You're not taking his energy.
Really quick, you guys, I want you to do this exercise with me. And you know, you can just put that Lauryn Hill on in the back, really, really quiet. You don't have to go too loud with it, but I want you guys to do this exercise with me. And yeah, we're gonna get kumbaya for a minute. We're gonna party after this, but let's get kumbaya for a moment. I want you guys to close your eyes, and yes, I could see everybody up here. So close your eyes for a moment. DJ, just play that Lauryn Hill song for me, and just put it really, really low. DJ, are you still with me? DJ? Okay, we're gonna move on. I want you guys to close your eyes for a moment with me. Just want you to take a deep breath. I want you to start imagining yourself erasing every label, every mistake, every false identity that someone put on you. Now imagine yourself at the highest. Who are you? How do you walk? How do you talk? What energy do you carry when you walk in the room? I want you to see it. I want you to feel it. I want you to name it. I want you to do these reflections, you guys. I want you to stop for a minute. Stop running at such a high pace and not giving yourself the time. You see, when I see myself 5 years from now, 3 years from now, I'm on a crusade. I'm on a mission. I'm a man with a cause. And nothing's going to stop me. Nothing. Because I'm so clear on where I'm going, you guys. I've seen the horizon, and I'll tell you what is beautiful. So I want you guys to get there and be there. You guys can open your eyes. How do you carry yourself when you walk in? I want you to see it. I want you to feel it. I want you to name it. You can cut the music, my man. I appreciate that. You see, we don't spend enough time with ourselves. We run from ourselves. We get stuck in the busy, and the moment shit gets quiet and we have to sit with our own thoughts, we try to replace it with something else to keep us more busy. Raise your hand if that's ever happened to you. Face yourself, you guys. Look yourself in the mirror, face yourself. I'm going to share a couple things with you, and I think that this is one of the most powerful things that I've read over the last few months. But before we do this, I want to give you a couple book recommendations. How many of you are readers in this room? Please raise your hand. Please read more in 2026. Read 10 pages a day, 25 minutes a day, Pomodoro effect. There's a couple books that I've read in this last year that I really want you guys to read. First one, Science of Scaling. You. Okay, who said that? Was that Dylan? Who was that?
Kevin.
Kevin, you've read that?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. And thank you, Kevin, for all your humor earlier. I appreciate you. Science of Scaling. Limitless by Jim Quick. Limitless by Jim Quick. And the last one is going to be Psycho-Cybernetics. If you have not read that book, read those 3 books, and I promise you, your life will change. And here's the cheat code for you. When you read the first chapter of any book in 2026, I want you to go to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT this. Please break down chapter 1 of Limitless by Jim Quick. Ask me 5 to 7 questions to better understand and better comprehend what was covered in chapter 1 of this book so I can better retain that information. I want you to compute information in a different way. See, I'm a kid that never came from reading. I wasn't a mathematician. Things are different now. My identity has shifted. I've become a different person. Compute in different ways. So I want to share this with you guys. I saw this a couple months ago, and it's been one of the most powerful things. If I had room for this tattoo, I would put it on me, but I don't. I have room for this. Let me share this with you guys. Your greatest gift is yourself. It is not your brand, it is not your business, and it's not your bank account. It is you, my friends. It is the way that you think. It is the way that you show up when no one is watching. It's the habits you build. It's the mindset you strengthen. It's the healing you choose to do even when it hurts. How many people in this room have been hurt? Please raise your hand. And everybody should raise their hand on this. How many people in this room have some drama? How many of you are the drama? You see, we all have drama. Unfortunately, we have loss. Maybe there's going to be one less chair this year at your holiday table. You see, we all go through the same things. But is that going to stop you from moving forward in this life? If you choose to. If you choose to. I have trauma. I have drama. I'm 46 years old 2 days ago. Guess what I'm having? A fucking baby. What? I got 2 businesses. I got 4 children. He's over there passed out right now. See that little guy right over there on the back table? That's him. He's 7. I thought I was done. But anyways, the point of this conversation is to say that we all have our shit. No matter who you are, you're not exempt to it. But it's up to you what you're going to do with it. Back to this. The healing you choose to do even when it hurts. Everything you want starts with who you are becoming. So invest in yourself. Study yourself. Challenge yourself. Build discipline. Build character. Build peace. Build identity. Next year in December, when you're kicking back with the family, like I want you to own that. Say, I did all of the work to own this peace that I'm living in right now. Versus sitting there when everyone's at your family's house and you're watching everybody open up the gifts that you went in credit card debt to buy. And you're sitting there stressed out because it doesn't really feel that good. You see the smiles, but something in you says, you know what, this just isn't right. It's not right. You see, I want you to own that peace, and I love that that's in here. The better you get, the better everything around you becomes. You want better for the world, you want better for your business, you want better for your friends, you want better for your family. Be a better person and start here. Work on yourself, and I promise you, the universe, God, whatever you believe in, will answer all of that. I promise you. You are the foundation, you are the project, and you, my friends, are the masterpiece in progress. And my hope is that you take a picture of that. Let me just go back once more. Take a picture of that. Share that. Give me your thoughts, your feedback on this. I'm going to talk a little bit about these people. I always leave this till the end because it's not about me. This is about you. You guys didn't come here to hear a bunch of speakers. You didn't come here because there's a keynote speaker. You didn't come here because Russ was in the room and Russ has a vest. You didn't come here for any of that. And I love you, brother. See, I see him all over the country. Always wearing that vest. Man's got a brand. And at least he doesn't smell like fish. At least he doesn't smell like fish, because I did. So this is my family, you guys, and I share this with you because they're obviously important to me, but let me share who these people are. Top right, that's Larissa. She's 20, soon to be 21. She has 2 jobs. She goes to ASU. She just got dumped for her first time. She had her first boyfriend at 19 years old and got dumped by Robbie. Dude was a chump, though. Dude was soft. Soft. Like, listen, you know, I'll pick my battles, right? Like, I don't need somebody that's gonna be too over the top and like overbearing for her. But like, wine and dine my daughter. Like, we're walking to the fair one day in our community and homeboy's walking on the inside of the curb, or like the sidewalk. Ladies, where does the man stand? Where? Okay, I don't care where society is, I'll never stop doing that. And then we're driving, okay? They're driving me to the airport, and I'm driving my daughter's car, and he's in the front seat. And we're just talking, and I look down at the gas gauge, and I said, Larissa, you need gas. She's like, okay. I said, Robbie, you pump the gas, right? He's like, I have. And I looked at him, I said, you pump the gas, right? And I shook his hand as hard as I could. I said, you pump the gas, right? He's like, effective immediately. Effective immediately. We started fucking pumping the gas. He was just soft. And then he broke up with my daughter via text message. Yeah. And then her friend, Chanel, being the friend that she is, clapped back at his friend. And no, clapped back at him and said, I hope you die. You're an evil person. That's it. Simple. And then one of his friends responded to her in a group text and called my daughter a hoe. Send me his phone number. Send me his phone number. I was like, okay, you know that dog's always going to be in me. I haven't fought in a lot of years, but that's the way I grew up. You had to fight, you had to earn your respect. But I don't fight anymore. But man, I was hyped up. I got him on the phone, and I was like, I know where you play basketball. I know where your mama stay. I was just like, I told him, I said, you bring your best 5 right now, right, Islander Park. Be there. Bring your best. He's like, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight you. Made him call my daughter, apologize. But anyways, that's Larissa. She's an amazing child. Amazing. Top left, that's Makayla. And I want you to go like this. Just put your hand out like this for me, guys. Imagine a baby fitting in the palm of your hand. 1 pound. She was 1 pound when she was born. And now she's 14, hates to come out of her room, loves TikTok. Like, what do they do in their room for all that time? What do they do up there? But she had 30 plus surgeries, spent the first 3 years of her life in Stanford. She couldn't talk until she was 5, so she has a little raspy voice because of all the damage to her vocal cords. I don't have to talk like that long, but anyways. So when I met her, she was trached, and she had to feed through a G-tube in her stomach. And now she's 14 years old. And one of her first words that she said, because early when I met her, she would just make sounds and like clap. Like I didn't know like how to communicate with her because I don't know sign language. And so I was just early on in my relationship with her mother, and then she got this trach capped, and then she was able to speak. Now, obviously, my name is Elias, but my friends call me E-Train in Lake Tahoe. And so she looked at me, she said, choo-choo, with her voice. She said, choo-choo E? And I said, yes, baby. And so ever since she was 5 years old, she's called me choo-choo E. Bottom left corner there, that's Lily. For all the gentlemen in the room, let me make this very clear for you. Please do not get yourself involved in a 3-night stand with a crazy Russian woman. 3-night stand. Different nights, all right? Yeah, we're getting personal. That's Lily. I have my rights, but I didn't meet my daughter until she was 4 years old. Her mom took off when she was 8 months pregnant and went to the end of the earth, literally Alaska, Homer, Alaska. Hired a private investigator, I hired a lawyer, had to go to the ends of the earth to find my daughter, and now I have her in my life. That little guy right there, that's Silas, and he's in the back of the room. He's loving this. He's asleep. In the bottom right there, that's my wife. She tolerates me, she puts up with me, she loves me. And we were split up for almost 3 years. And Silas doesn't even know. He doesn't even remember a time where we weren't together. Because I had an identity of I didn't want to be in that type of relationship until I got right within and did the work and realized who I needed to be and what I wanted to achieve in life and how I wanted to embrace loyalty. That's when we put ourselves back, or got ourselves back in a relationship, but we decided to put ourselves first. It's not about the kids, we put ourselves first. And you might look at this, and you might say, you know what, that's a powerful why. And I want to stand here and be very clear as we wrap up our session today. This is not my why. It's not my why because I haven't always known these people. And oftentimes when you're thinking about your why, people throw that word around a lot in our business. But I think that there's a lot of depth to that. And for me, it goes back to 1992. You see, my mom is in the room. And unfortunately at that time, the mom that I have today versus the mom that I had in 1992 was vastly different. You see, unfortunately at that time, my mom had succumbed to her addiction of methamphetamine. We lost our house, we lived on the streets, hotels, motels, wherever we could just to get a night's rest. I remember riding the bus with my mom, going and doing laundry. She would put all of our laundry in pillowcases and we would take it down to the laundromat. She'd have a big gulp and in the big gulp had water and sugar. I don't know why. Maybe we'll have that conversation later, Mom. But I remember the feeling. I remember the feeling of not having stability. I remember the feeling of being embarrassed in my own neighborhood. I remember what that felt like. And so when I think about my why, my purpose, my cause, my crusade, it's to never have to experience that. It's me literally at 46 years old going like this and saying, come on, little dude, I got you. We're all right. Things are okay. There's a better way. You see, I'm not success-driven, I'm stability-driven. I know what it's like not to have anything, and that is a nightmare, and I refuse to live that nightmare. So my mom went through it. I went through it as a kid. My mom's been sober now for over 15 years. My mom is the most present mother. My mom is the most present grandmother. And my mom was born in 1961. I don't know how old that makes her. But last week, we got my mom's offer accepted on her very first home ever. So my mom's sitting back there with a big smile on her face. She's quitting her job. She's moving up. She's going to be super grandma. But like, that's her identity now. Her identity is being a present, powerful mother, being a present, powerful grandmother. She grew, and now, yeah, absolutely, clap for my mom, shit. All the other production stuff, you guys, listen, it's important. But you guys, I'm a kid that came from the streets, that was dealt a bad hand. And now I'm running one of the most iconic, successful real estate teams in the entire industry against every single brokerage out there. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm telling you that because my jersey is dirty. My jersey is dirty from sliding, from the effort. The imperfect, consistent, gritty work. The imperfect, consistent, gritty work. That's what I'm focused on. That's what I'm focused on. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just going to do it. And I'm going to create a body of work. And then I'm going to analyze that body of work. I'm going to continuously get better. I would have never thought. But now I have an identity of a father, of a leader, as a coach, as a speaker. There's so many things that I've done to be able to grow. All the statistics on the left-hand side, they matter. But who I've become in this process has mattered the most. So you guys, as we close, I just want to first off, once again say, or not first off, I just want to close out with saying, I appreciate you guys, and I'm thankful for this opportunity. But as you walk into 2026, there's two words that I want you guys to land on, and then I want you to do the work after this. I am. You see, the I am statement is going to be one of the most powerful things that you can do in 2026. But it's going to take you being real with yourself. I want you to write, I want you to reflect, and whatever comes after these two words, I want you to be a walking embodiment of it. I want you to be a walking embodiment of it. You write it down, you wear it like a badge of honor. And you don't write it and you don't say it unless you mean it. Stop saying bullshit and telling people you're going to do this and I'm going to do this. And every time you don't do that, that is hurting your esteem. It goes lower and lower and lower, and you are telling yourself that you are the person that doesn't commit and does not follow through. So DJ, I'm going to have you play a quick song as if I got you up there. And I'll wait a second. You can turn it up a little bit. Why don't you stand up for me, please? Just stand up on your feet real for me, really quick. Guys, I want you to reflect on what your statement's going to be. You see, my friends, I am that coach. I am that leader. I am that son. I am that father. I am the catalyst of change and growth for my family. I impact the growth and change of people that are in my environment. I am whatever I choose to be in this beautiful thing called life. And each of you have the ability to create something that is special for your life. Change your family's life. Buy your mom that home. Go on that vacation. Take that month off. Travel. Do whatever you want to do. But whatever comes after these two words, you guys promise me that you'll be a walking embodiment of that. Is that okay? Can you guys do that? On the count of three, I want to light this place up with I am, I am, I am. Can we do that? On the count of three, you guys. 1, 2, 3. I am, I am, I am. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Elias Astuto. It is a privilege being here with you. And as always, my friends, keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision, and make 2026 a year to truly remember. Peace, you guys.